Hey, how's it going? My name is Craig Parker Adams. I wanted to share a story with you regarding Edward Van Halen on this auspicious day of his birthday, 6 years after his passing. And basically, I punched him in the gut real hard and totally by accident. And this is what went down. So in 2014, Edward came to my studio and we hung out for a few hours. And while we were there, we listened to all sorts of really cool music, mostly Mammoth. And he hadn't heard it in many, many years. And I literally got to sit right next to him, side by side, literally like inches away, listening to this recording, multiple songs from a very, I think it's been circulated by now, but at the time it wasn't, and he didn't have it. He didn't even have it. So that's one of the reasons why he was at my place. I was giving him all these cool recordings and stuff, and so we were listening to that and Captain Beyond and a bunch of varying like bootleg performances of the band, the early years, and this kind of thing. And it was just a really amazing and magical experience. I'm sure you could imagine or, kind of put yourself in that, wow, Ed's coming over to my house and hanging out and there's nobody around. It's just the two of you. So anyways, while we were hanging out and having, incredible conversations and whatnot, I basically wanted to share something with him that I learned from my life's experiences, and I'll kind of just get right to this. That from all my experiences, I kind of came to an understanding about his brother. And so in this conversation I had with him, I told him, hey, there's something I want to share with you, and I don't know how you're going to take this, and I should say, like I said, we were very comfortable with each other. We had a very wide open dialogue, and he was known for that. So this is just my special situation with him in that case. So, we were talking about anything and everything. Nothing seemed to be off limits, so I felt as though I could just really speak my mind or from the heart what I wanted to share with him. And so I told him, hey, there's something I want to share with you, and I don't know how you're going to take this, but this is from my experience, and I would just love to tell you this, and you take it for whatever it's worth. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, tell me. So, and what was cool about this is that I fed it to him in a way where, so I would say something and he would repeat it to me. Now, he was sitting closer to me than you are to me right now. I mean, we were kind of about this far away, face to face, like. And so, anyways, I told him this relates to the magic of his playing. And also, I should preface that by the time in this conversation, we'd already been through the whole divine intervention aspect of things. Like we both knew that it comes from somewhere else, and he was a channel, and it basically came through him, and so that was a consensus. So we already really had that understanding. But basically, what I said to him, or what he said back to me, was, after me spending much of my life, basically by this time it was probably 35 years, of trying to crack the code of Ed, or even Van Halen for that matter, like, what is this magic? Like, where does this come from? And all of this kind of stuff. And so basically I told him, and again, we're face to face, eye to eye, and I told him, it's your brother. And when I said that to him, he turned away and like almost fell out of the chair and leaned over to the ground. And I'm looking at him going, he turned his back to me, and I'm thinking, oh shit, what's going to happen? What did I just do? And So I'm sitting there waiting, and he's taking a minute, like absorbing what I said. And he slowly came back up and turned around, and he leaned real close into my face, and he goes, "You know what? You're right. That's true." Now, what did he do? He synthesized in the moment, wait a minute, Craig's not trying to insult me, right? But there's something special about his brother that takes what he did to a whole nother level. And if you remove his brother from that, it doesn't do the same thing, because you could see Ed playing with other people. So of course Ed had his magic. And so here, basically, after he left my place, he sent me a text, and he goes, "You're absolutely right about my brother being the backbone of the band." So he didn't take it personal, and he understood what I was saying. And that is that I believe Alex, his brother, is the heart and soul essence that makes any of the other stuff work. You take him out of that equation, and it's not there. So anyways, I just wanted to share that for whatever it's worth to you, the viewer. It was a very cool, unique experience for me to have. I've said this before, that I think if I would have told him that in the early 2000s, he would have probably decked me or knocked me out. But I saw him synthesize, like, to be patient, and before he burst out, because remember, he clutched his gut and head for the ground. Like, I took the wind out of him. But he processed it and then came back around, and he's like, "Yeah, you're right." So anyways, I'm going to show a couple pictures here. This was after we had that conversation. This actually bonded us. The fact that I would say things like that, or we had this real great conversation. You can see that in the photos. And it was a beautiful thing. Anyways, like you, I miss him terribly, and all of the what could have, and the things that, would still be available to us, what new music, and et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. God bless him, his family, whatever, all of that stuff, and all of us who, for some reason, can't get him out of us. Like, he just made such a unique mark on all of us. In a very profound way that you just don't see with other artists. So to me, I think that's what I call related. It's source related. It's that same thing that channeled through him, and then, wow, look at all this stuff he did. I think he was at all with it as well. So anyways, just wanted to share that. So bless him, bless you. Thanks for watching. See ya.